all, welcome to WB Institution, an online education lab. So today we are going to see about, now the next topic is serial adder. So why do we use serial adder? To perform the addition of two binary operations serially, okay, by bit, okay. So we use parallel adder generally, okay. So why do we use parallel adder? In the sense it performs the operations more speed, okay. The accuracy when compared to the serial adder, parallel adder performs very fastest, okay. But the circuit is very complex here. It involves more circuitry, so that we adapt serial adder. Since the accuracy is much, the output will be same for serial and parallel adder, and the circuit is also very less, okay. So let's take two registers of 4-bit, A0 to A3, B0 to B3, and I am taking a full adder. So I am going to perform an addition of two binary operations, okay, addition of these two things by using a serial adder, not by parallel adder. Since parallel adder involves a more complex circuitry and also it takes more times, okay. Then full adder, A, B or two your inputs and C in. C is nothing but your D flip flop. I have used your D flip flop here, and C output. S is nothing but your sum S3, S2, S1, S0, and here I have used a clock pulse, okay, clock pulse of this one, and clear D flip flop. I have used a D flip flop here, okay. Flip flop is nothing but an 1-bit storage device. It stored the answer of this addend, okay. So Q flip flop, Q is added to one C input will be given to this full adder, and D flip flop is added to your C out, okay. Initially I will give a clock pulse making the clear is equal to 0, okay. I am making clear everything as an this D flop will be cleared, okay. Initially I am starting with this A0. I am going to add A0 and B0, okay. A0 will be 1, B0 will be 0. So what will happen? S0 here will be 1, right. S0 will be 1, and do you have any carry over here? C in or C out. Do you have any carry over? C in is carried between this. C out, do you have any carry? No. 1 plus 0 will gives you 1. So C out will be 0. This is happens during your first clock pulse, okay. So I have got answer of 1, okay. Then coming for second clock pulse. This is for first clock pulse. So coming for second clock pulse, I am gonna take A1 and B1. So in second clock pulse, take this A1, 1, B1, 1, okay. Going to add these things. So addition of 1 plus 1 will gives you 10, as I said you earlier. So what is the sum here? Sum is nothing but S1. S1 here it is 0, and what is the carry over here? In second clock pulse you will be getting a carry out of 1. So S1 will be 0, okay. Then coming for your third clock pulse. So third clock pulse I am going to take this one and this one, okay. Just taking this one, A2, B2. Your A2 will be 1, B2 will be 0, okay. So you need to take this carry over to your third clock pulse. Since you have got here C out, right, carry out, just move this carry out toward your third clock pulse. 1 must be carried out there, okay, plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is nothing but your 0, 10, okay. So here the carry will be what? Sum will be 0, S2 will be 0, right, S2 will be 0, and C out here will be 1. So C out is 1 for third clock pulse. Similarly for fourth clock pulse, take this A3. What is A3? 0, and B3 is also 0. In this step what we are going to do, just move this C out towards this side. 0 plus 0 is 0 absolutely. By adding this 1 will gives you 1. So here the sum is 1. Do you have any carry out over here? No. So finally the C out is 0, and you got the sum of 101. So adding of this one will gives you what? 1001. This will be your final output. So what we have done, check. We took 3 organ, 3 register. Just take any examples, okay. So I am going to apply first a clear signal to my full adder, okay. Now I am using a D flip flop here, okay. So I have cleared everything. Then applying my first clock pulse, I am going to take A naught, B naught. So what is A naught? 1 plus 0. So 1 plus 0 will gives you sum of 1. C out is nothing but your carry out. Okay. Do you have any carry for this one? No. So C out will be 0. Then just give second clock pulse. For second clock pulse you need to take A1 and B1. So A1 and B1. 1 plus 1, as we said earlier, 1 plus 1 gives you 10. So S is nothing but your 0. I mean sum is nothing but your 0 and carry will be 1. C out. Just keep it aside. Then move it for third clock pulse. So third clock pulse, take this organ A2 and B2. So do you have your C out here. Just move this C towards your third clock pulse. So 1 plus 0 will be 1. So you need to add this C out also. So 1 plus 1 is again will gives you 10. So 10 is nothing but your, this one will be your sum and this one will be your carry. Okay, so S2 will be 0 and C out will be 1. Again move this C out to your last fourth clock pulse. Okay, I have mentioned here only 4 bits, so I have used only 4 clock pulses. If you take any 8 bits, you can use 8 clock pulses. Okay, just add this one and finally you will be getting S3 equals to 1. There is no carry over here, so I am just mentioning C out is equal to 0. If you have any carry like this, for example, if you got any carry means your C out also will be 1. C out output will be also 1 and your sum output also will be there. Since we don't have any output here, C out will be 0. C out will be low. Okay, this is your final answer by using serial adder. It can perform the addition by more fastest, okay, while comparing to the parallel adder. Since parallel adder is more complex, we do use serial adder for the operation. Then the next topic is parity checker or generator. Actually this one is a very easiest topic. Why do we use parity checker? In the sense, just take any binary bits. Okay, just take any binary bits. You need to check how many times number of 1 is occurred. Okay, how many times the number 1 is occurred. If it is occur in 3 times or 4 times. If it is occur in 3 times means just take the number 3. 3 is an odd number or even number? Is an odd number. If it is an odd, you will be getting odd parity. If it is even, you will be getting even parity. So I am just taking any example. Okay, check how many ones are there. 1, 2, 3. 3 ones are there. 3 is an odd or even? Odd. So your answer is odd parity. And go for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 4 ones are there. 4 is a what? Even number or odd number? It's an even number. So it is an even parity. So this one is a very simple one. Okay. So just check how many times the 1 is repeated. Okay. It depends on odd or even. Okay. Then coming for multiplexer. So multiplexer is an important topic. Mux, demux, encoder and decoder are important topics. Okay. So what is a multiplexer? So just understand this term. Many input and only one output. So many input and only one output. 2 power m or 2 power n you can mention. If you denote, okay, this is 2 is my input means what will be your output value? Yeah, 2 is nothing but your m value. Substitute 2 power 2. 4 will be your output. If 2 is your input means 4 will be your output. Okay. If 3 is your input means, if 3 is your input, what will happen? 2 power 3 is 8 will be your output. Okay. So here I have used only 2 inputs. My output will be 4 like that. Okay. See, this is an input 4 into 1 multiplexer. Okay. So many input and 1 output. So many input and 1 output you will be getting. Sorry. This one will be your input and this will be your output. Remember 2 power m. Okay. This one will be your output. Okay. 4 into 1. Enable select. Okay. Enable select. Why do we use enable and select? In the sense, if enable is equal to 0, it makes all the output as 1. Okay. If enable is equals to 1, it again reset the multiplexer. I mean it disables the multiplexers. Okay. Select input and output. So select, I am just getting it 4 bits, 0011, S0, 0101. So y is nothing but your I0, I1, I2, I3. So how many bits are being used? Okay. So for the final output is y. How it y comes? S1 bar, S0 bar, and finally I0. I0 is there's no bar since you will just use an AND multiplication to do for this operations. Okay. Like this ways you can derive for y is also. The diagram for this one also you can clearly explained. Just take S1, S0. By using a bar you can easily derive the diagram also. I0 will be here. By using the demux, the same concept for the demux can be applicable for the multiplex also. Just join the line and check the answer. Okay. Then coming for demultiplexer, you will be having one input and many output. Only one input will be given here. Just check here. Data input will be only one, but the output for this one will be many. D0 up to D plus 1. Select also will be more when compared to the multiplexer. Here I have used the input is all in I only. Okay, input what I have used all in I only. Enable. So 1 1 1 1 S0 and S1 D3 up to D0. So what will happen for two low values you will be having D0 as 1. If 1 is 1, I mean S0 is 1, D1 will be moves to your I value like the same way. So okay, the diagram is clearly explained. Data input, this is your data input, that means everything will be 1. Here the signal will be, everything will be 1. Okay, it is I, data input is I, and S1 and S0. Okay, S1, this is what NOT gate being used here. NOT gate implies you S1 bar. So this one is nothing but S1 bar, this is S0 bar. Just check D0. Okay, take this D0. What is the truth table value? S1 bar and S0 bar. Input, you need to select the input also. Input I have selected, and S1 bar and S0 bar. It is being multiplied. This is an essence, it is an SOP. It is being multiplied and finally gives you D0. Then coming for D2, just take D2. S1, S0 bar. Select the input. S1 is there. This is S1 and S2 bar. Since it is in low value, no, so S0 is in bar. Just combine the NAND gate. Okay, so next we'll see about encoders and decoders. It's the exact opposite of mux and demux. Okay.